back with our second conversation for this morning, and I'm excited. So Paul took my cup this one. In studio with us, we have Denroy Tillett, the manager of the ITVET Belize, and Diana Ireland, who is a faculty member. And they're here to talk to us about the first of its kind ever renewable energy and efficiency program. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Yes, as you rightly mentioned, it is the first of its kind in the region and in the country. And I'm proud to say at ITVET Belize City, our Renewable Energy and Efficiency Program.
So it's in the name, but give us the details. What is the program and why is this important for us?
Okay, you know that they had this energy efficiency project, I believe of 2020. And the pillars that came out of that specifically focus on renewable energy, energy efficiency mechanisms, infrastructure that deals with go green and the lessening of fossil fuels. And so through the birth of that program and the need to have renewable energy efficiency technicians in Belize and train for possibly the region. This program came about with through the Ministry of Education, the Inter-American Development Bank as a sponsor. We've been doing, actually this program was in discussion for the past 3 years. We've been doing program training since February, and now we're ready to open up the program. And it's out of the need for definitely moving towards a healthier environment, reducing the use of fuels that harm the environment, as well as assisting the Belizean economy. BEL, I believe you may know, in a program related, they have been doing a lot of research, a lot of questionnaires in asking both commercial and residential of the move towards solar panel use. And coincidentally with, or coinciding with that is where we also see the need for training young Belizeans to be able to learn to build and design solar panels, installation, repairs, maintenance. And so this program came about with all that excitement and push.
As a project that is taking the lead nationally and regionally, how are we building capacity among the trainers, those who will have to teach these courses? What are we doing to ensure that they are able to provide this information in a way that actually builds the capacity of your students?
I'll have Mr. Ireland answer that question, being part of that program.
Okay, well, there are approximately, from ITVET Belize, we have about 7 instructors that are currently undertaking the teacher training, which is being done by Nova Scotia Community College from Canada. And they're the ones that are training us both theory and practical, because we do have to do practical components, and that is being led by an in-country trainer, Mr. Mark Miller. So we're taking these courses to enable us to facilitate and execute the program at its highest capacity. It is not a walk in the park. I am a participant in the program. It is something very new for me because I'm the communications instructor. But this program is not only looking at the technical component, but we do have support systems such as applied science, applied mathematics, communications, specifically my field as well. And we're looking, yes, also entrepreneurship. So we're looking at techniques, strategies that we can utilize with our trainees. So at the end of this program, we not only meet what the curriculum is asking for, but also what potential employers are asking for as well. So we do have a very strong support when it comes to the teacher training component. We do have to do our assignments, we do have to do demonstrations of what is it that we're learning. So we're not just sitting there and soaking in information, but when you look at the TVET system, we are competency based. You have to be able to show what you can do. It's not only theory based. So it falls right in line with how the ITVET operates, and it's a very strenuous but an excellent program.
What I love about the program, April, is that this is the direction the world is moving
Yes.
in.
Exactly.
Yes.
When we talk about decreasing our use of fossil fuels or decreasing our dependency on fossil fuels, moving towards more renewable energy, when we talk about greenhouse gases
Exactly.
and decreasing the temperature of the earth,
Yes.
it's a huge wave across the world. And so this is definitely a trend-setting move, not only in Belize,
In the
but
region.
but across the region.
Yes.
And then I also think about the interest that it may and potentially will spark among our young individuals, even those who may see the ITVET as just a place where you go and you receive technical training on this and that, to know that perhaps you guys are the only ones, right? Not perhaps, you're the only ones offering this type of training in this
Well,
field. The type of interest that it will garner.
Right. I wanted to specify that the ladies of SATEAM are doing something similar, but the difference with ITVET is that this is a curriculum. This is a
full
program.
program.
Yes.
And how long is it? 2 years?
2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
2 years. The beauty with this program as well too is that, of course, they will get their certification from ITVET, but the training will allow the potential trainees to do certification through. Hold on, let me read it for you because
Go right
I
ahead.
always forget this name. I always forget this name. Through the national US-based National Association of Board Certified Energy Practitioners, and the training that they get, they'll be able to take the exam. We'll be able to discuss the fees and so on with them with that exam later on. But once they take that, they get certification in renewable energy and solar energy, and they'll be trained, certified technicians that can use these skills throughout the Caribbean and throughout the world.
So-
because this is very accredited. This is accredited worldwide.
So where's the curriculum coming from?
It's a development through the Nova Scotia Community College. It was through consultancy, and we've been working with them for the past couple of years in developing an entire curriculum, train the trainers, which Mrs. Ireland is part of. And now we're going to open the program on August 29th, where we're inviting in applicants to be potential.
So walk us through the
trainees.
program itself. How do they begin to develop these skills, and how does it progress until they're finished and to
Okay,
completion?
so as all programs, you know, you have the theory base, and then into the practical. It's two
Semesters.
years with
Yes.
with trimesters. So there'll be 3 semesters per year, so it's 6 semesters. The first couple of semesters, of course, will be the theory base. Introduction, they get introduction to the type of materials, type of equipment being used. They will have lab time, but the lab time is less in the first couple of semesters. And as we move along, then they will have more lab time using the materials, the resources, building solar panels, learning installation, learning to troubleshoot, learning to maintain them. At the end of the 2 years, they'll be what we refer to as level 2 trainees, that they'll be out on their own. And that's why we include the entrepreneurship component, because they'll be able to hire out themselves to do solar panel installation and repair. And since we're moving in that direction, there may be the potential young men and women that BEL will have to lean on to assist them when this whole thing burst out in the Belizean community, where everyone will start having solar panels on their roof.
I mean, people are doing that now, especially in rural areas that don't have electricity.
Yes.
Right.
when it comes to installation and even buying solar panels, they come off very expensive. How does this program help Belizeans to be able to afford solar energy?
Well, for one, these young people will learn how to build and design and build these solar panels. The ladies down south that you mentioned, they have learned to build them as well. They're doing it for their community because of the access of electricity in remote villages. And even though we have electricity in Belize City, for example, as you rightly said, they move towards that go green,
Reduces costs.
reducing fossil fuels, that these young people, they will be learning to build it. I can't say right now what will be the cost of the materials, but learning to build it will certainly lessen the cost of the materials. And in the first instance, it will cost any Belizean consumer just in the first to get that installed. But when you add it in years down the road, reducing the use of electricity through the grid, then that's where the money saving will come in. So it's a long-term investment. We have to look at it as a long-term investment, and that's where the economic viability of it can be seen.
Have we been able to gauge, and I mentioned right earlier that this is the direction the world is moving in. However, have we been able to gauge the demand for this service, this type of service in Belize, so that when these persons finish this training, there's some guarantee that they'll be able to find a place in the labor force?
At the moment, we know there are several, a few industries already that deal with solar panels, but they're more business that sell them. And I believe a couple of them do little training for their specific technicians that are there. But as I mentioned earlier, I've also answered that survey for BEL. I sign up and say, yes, I want it on my home. And I'm pretty sure hundreds of thousands of Belizeans said the same. Homeowners, they said the same. So there will be that demand in the near future. What we have done is that we're a step ahead. We don't want to wait until they need technicians, then go and train them. We're a step ahead in training them, that they will have these skills that they probably will be called upon right away to help do the installations on homes. A BL will not have enough technicians when they start doing or embarking into this system.
And before the project was undertaken, there were consultations with not only the many different stakeholders, including those of industry. And as we mentioned before, we can be considered a training hub. It is the first in the region and also nationally. So you're not only looking at the national level in terms of employment, but these persons will have the certification that they can step outside of Belize to utilize their skills. And then when you look at the different career paths, it's not only installing and designing, but you can also be an estimator, you can be a project manager, you can be a sales representative, an advisor, customer support. As we rightly mentioned, this is something new for Belize. So a lot of people don't have the technical knowledge in terms of understanding, okay, I'm venturing into this project, how will it work? So that is where the advisor comes in, that is where the salesperson comes in, whereby they can, and that's part of my job, to prepare our technicians to sit and explain to their potential customers, okay, I need to do an energy audit to see how much you're utilizing, so we will know whether or not the investment whether it will be maximized or if it will be worth the while for you to do it. So there are many different career paths that a person can take. And besides looking at maintaining the systems, you can take this knowledge and apply it in many different fields, in many different ways, locally, regionally, internationally.
So yes, go ahead.
There's also the addition of the solar water heating system. So even technicians from BWS could come and take this program, because there's a section that works directly with water heating systems and water systems, so they will need to learn that part of it as well. And we will do small scale wind and wind design and operations.
Okay.
So if I am wanting to apply to your program, can I, and I have another job, can I apply to your program as a part-time student, or does it have to be full-time?
Well, right now it is during the day and full-time. We are in discussion of seeing how we can run this program in the evening, probably on a shift basis. But in the first instance, it's just starting. It's like a pilot. We're running the program during the day, and I believe as we go along, we will work towards that, because I'm pretty sure there are key people out there in the working force that does electrical, that works with BWS, that are probably working somewhere else. I think Miss Ireland said someone spoke to her if he can come take the program, being that he's working for so many years. But then this is a business person, and they want the opportunity to come and do it, I guess, in the evening time.
Yeah.
So that is something we will venture in. But in the first instance, it's during the day, full time. One last thing, we have 10 applicants already that have applied and been accepted. So we have space for at least 10 to 15 more. If we push it to 15 more, we're actually pushing the limitation, but we do not want to deny anyone who wants to be part of it. So
How can they apply? Where can they go?
right at ITVET, you come for the application form. We guide you through all that you need to bring in. But more so, this program calls for high school graduate or higher, because of the technicality of it. We want them to come with some requisite background that they'll be able to cope in the applications.
I mean, this is the future, and I know we're talking about technology, we're moving in a way of technology. This is a way for us to move towards that sustainably and to use the natural energies that we have around us. I am so excited for this program.
So, as we talk about trainings that the ITVET Belize has to offer, let's delve a bit more into some of the other training opportunities that's being offered.
Okay,
at
we
ITVET
have
Belize.
we have the other programs that are very well attended and applied, but we have two that I want to specifically mention.
Yes.
One is our tourism, community tourism. That program will focus specifically on potential trainees who would want to come in and learn to work in the tourism industry. We have this project being built right out here in front of the city that will hire thousands of people in the future, and they will require having a tourism license. So this specific program, when the trainees are finished, they will learn to communicate, work with tourists, whether they are working as janitress, up to management, up to concierge, barista, whatever it is. They'll be able to the communication part, and as well, once they're finished with this program, they should be able to take the BTB exam and get their tourism license.
So that's one, the tourism.
Yes, the community tourism. The other one is our food preparation, which is moving in the direction of learning to cook more nutritious and healthier meals. So yes, they will still probably be learning to make that fried jack or tortilla, but the correct portions and in a more nutritious and healthy way. And our trainer for it, our instructor, has done a bachelor's degree in nutrition and food preparation. So we're excited that she will now be part of our team and helping to show us to prepare more nutritious meals. And these programs we have spaces for, so
sign up, go to ITVET.
Rush to the ITVET as of today.
To come in and apply.
Yes, well, we're out of time, but we want to thank you both so much for coming in. This is the Renewable Energy and Efficiency Program of August 2022.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. We hope that you get your applicants. I want to sign up, but I'm going to have to make that part-time. I'm going to have to do that part-time for me.
We'll look into that.
Great. Well, then we see each other at ITVET. With that, we'll take another break, and we'll be back with our last segment, so stay tuned.